Yo, it's late right now, but I had a realization. The Balenciagas, they have straps on the waistband to adjust the fit of it. And the way I was gonna make the pants, the straps wouldn't really do anything. It was more for just aesthetics. And that's because the high-waisted pants that I use for the outline to draw the patterns, I use that size waist. So that waist can't fit on my hips. It's obviously smaller because it's high-waisted. So I realized I might as well, since the base layer that I'm using already fits me perfectly, keep it so that it can sit on my waist. And then when I do want to wear the pants high-waisted, I can just put it up and adjust the straps, boom, it's good to go. It's just the main thing I'll have to do is add more fabric to the crotch area so that I can wear it up or down, which is what I'm gonna do. So here are the pants. So right now they're sitting on my waist and they're sitting comfortably. They're not falling or they're not too loose. And then I can even pull it up so that it hits my belly button. So it is high-waisted. And it's still comfortable as well. Now it is kind of riding up a little bit right here, but I don't want to mess with this anymore. It's fine the way it is. If anything, when I add the adjustable straps on the sides, I'm sure it'll fit a lot better. So I don't mind it riding up right now. I finally finished the base layer, and bruh, that took a long freaking time. I kind of underestimated the process. I thought it was gonna be easy. I had like this plan in my head, and honestly it didn't really turn out exactly how I planned, but it kind of worked out somehow. Unfortunately, they don't really have that round shape like the Balenciagas. You know, in the knee area, it's like rounded. These, not really. It's more just like straight baggy. My original plan was to add in a waistband on top of the waistband that's already on the pants, and then that way I'll make them high-waisted. But then the adjustments that I did to the crotch area, the little extension that I added, it all worked out and made it so that I can pull it up so it will be high-waisted. Then I can even drop it down to my hips to sit like how regular pants do fit. But now that we have the base layer finished, we can now finally start adding in all the extra stuff, the pockets, the belt loops, and the zippers and whatnot. Spare denim has now been deconstructed, and I realized while I was cutting it up that I could probably use this top part here. So this is the hand pocket in the front panel. So on the Balenciagas, they have like a square panel that's also the pocket, and it has like this as well. I haven't measured it yet, but if this is the same size as the base layer one, I could potentially just cut out like a square here. Obviously some room for like the seam allowance, fold it in and sew it in onto the base layer, and then that's already that for that part. But now that I have these down, I'm gonna do the straps later and the butt pockets later. I'm gonna move on to adding in the pockets on the front side here. I already made one, so this is like the exact measurement and size. I kind of want to hand sew this actually instead of using the sewing machine, especially for this part right here. I'll give it like a little trim because I like adding in hand sewing to my stuff. I feel like it makes it a little bit more me rather than just all sewing machine. So I gotta make another one of this, and I can apply that to this area here, and then from there I have to make the butt pockets, and then from there make the straps. Now when I attach those, I plan on opening up the side seams again, so I'll have easier access to this unless I hand sew it. Oh, you know, actually I have to mark the lines already for where the zipper is going to start, the hidden zipper, to make these into shorts, because I have to also add the cargo pockets on the side here, and I don't want them to be a little too low or way too high away from the zipper area. Oh, wait a second. I gotta make the adjustable straps at the waistband. So that's gonna be first, and then I can start working on the front part here, and the back side, and then the straps. Yo, I made a mistake. It sucks because it cost me all of these fabrics here. I only have so much fabric to use. I'm trying to utilize every single thing, and it sucks when I make a mistake like this, you know? Well, the issue is I forgot to make a hem, leave extra space for a hem for this part right here. So if I were to sew it in, this is supposed to be a strap, it would have a raw edge. I'll probably just like sew like a zigzag stitch along the raw edge side so it won't fray too much, and that'll kind of salvage this whole thing. So this right here is one of the straps for the waistband. It was gonna be on the side of the waistband. I sewed it with the sewing machine, and bro, my sewing machine is absolutely trash. So bad, like it was struggling with just this. It's like, I mean, it's 4 layers of denim. So it wasn't catching, so it wasn't pulling it forward. Even when I was pushing it forward, it was like going all crooked and stuff like that. So it was so stupid. This looks horrible. I'm gonna just take this off and I'm gonna just hand sew it because why not? I guess I have more control over that than this freaking sewing machine, man. Oh my God. So here it is. This is how it's gonna look like when I hand sew it. I mean, I like it. Now when I put the belt loop, or not the belt loop, the freaking this thing right here, what is this called, ladder or something? But I'll probably use a sewing machine to really secure it, or I mean, I could probably just hand sew this too or something. Yo, what's up? It's like November already. October, there's a lot going on for myself, so I didn't really have a lot of time to work on this. But yeah, I'm working on it right now, and I want to show you guys where I'm at, kind of give you guys a little update. I don't remember the last thing I shot, but I'll just go over where I think I left off. So this is what I've been working on. Originally, I was supposed to undo the side seams right here, ouch, and then use a sewing machine to sew this in, but I just couldn't resist. I had to just hand sew it, and honestly, I really like the trimming look of it. So I'm glad that I did do it, but it did, you know, take up so much time, because you know when you hand sew, it just takes up so much time. But I just like how it looks, you know what I mean? And I'd say I'm a lot more confident in my hand sewing abilities, in making it look good, than my sewing machine abilities or whatever. Even though it should be easier, right? But I always tend to not make straight lines whenever I use a sewing machine. It's always like some kind of like whoop or something. So plus, it's kind of failing me right now. A lot of like loose threads and whatnot. So can't go wrong with just hand sewing, you know. But I started off at the waistband right here, making these adjustable straps. Unfortunately, these aren't that usable in my case with my waist. I should have made this part right here a little further down here. That way I can actually make the waist a lot smaller than it can right now. Just, you know, if I was ever to sell it and someone had like a smaller waist than I do, they'd be able to utilize this more. But I already hand sewed all of this, spent so much time on it, so I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm just keep it, and it still fits me, works for myself. That just sucks for the person who I'll sell this to in the future. So I did that for both sides, another one right there, and then also added in some new belt loops. So you can see that these are a lot thicker than your average belt loop. This is a regular one, and then this is how it is compared to the new one. I also attached a D-ring right here. Oh, that's where the other one went. That's why I was missing one. But with this, I can attach the longer strap that'll have these O-rings on it. Then I add in these rivets, this pyramid one, as well as this star one. And then on the back side, I added in the butt pockets. Obviously, they're functional and they're pretty deep as well. And what do you know? I hand sewed them all in. So it does all have matching trimmings. And I think it just looks a lot better than if I just use this thing right there. And then the strap goes all the way down and it wraps around to the front side. And it is attached to, or it is actually, this belt loop at the top here, which I hand sewed there, and added in this D-ring. Now going back to the front side, to these front pockets right here. Now it looks like it's just one pocket, right? But actually, it's two. And because you can still use the regular pocket from the regular jeans, you know, with the sack and everything, but there's also a secondary pocket that goes all the way down here. So this whole panel here is a whole pocket, so it's double pocketed. Then has the hand sewn trimming, and then here is the other pocket. So currently I'm adding in these D-rings. Then after I finish adding these D-rings onto both sides, making sure that they're both even, I have to add the rivets on this as well. Then once I add all those rivets in, I'm gonna sew it down. Ow, freaking pin, bruh. Then once I finish adding in all those rivets onto the straps, gotta sew it in right there. Then once I finish that, I move on to the cargo pockets, and then I can move on to everything else. So that's where I'm at right now. It is taking a long time, mainly because I am hand sewing it. Actually, the thing that took the most time was just making the base layer, make sure that it fits me, make sure it's high-waisted and whatnot, and baggy as well. I said I'd rather not spend that 90 bucks for that other pants from Calvin Klein, but honestly, with the amount of time I took trying to make the base layer, make it fit right, I think spending that $90 would have been worth it. It would have saved me so much time, and maybe the overall fit may be better. Because I made the base layer pants basically from scratch, it all just looks, you know, very DIY, and that's just the look that I like. So, you know, pros and cons, time, look, I don't freaking know. But we're here, you know, and we're just moving forward, trying to get this thing done because holy, this is taking a lot of time. It's cool though. I'm learning a lot. Like honestly, I'm learning a lot. And I haven't hand sewed that much in a minute, like this amount. So it's a very like chill process. But at the same time, it's been a long time since I uploaded a video and I gotta upload something. You know, when Supreme drops that sewing machine, I think it's a Singer. I don't remember if it was heavy duty or not, but if it is heavy duty, I definitely want to get it and replace this because, you know, my brother, you kind of tripping, making a lot of mistakes, making everything look ugly, you know? A lot of setbacks because of this thing. And I appreciate you, but if it is heavy duty, again, I really want to copy it so I can speed up all of this whole process. And maybe I can just like work on my sewing machine skills because, yeah, like I said before, it's very zigzaggy. Maybe just my sewing machine, I don't freaking know. Also, 15.3K subs on YouTube, what the heck? All of a sudden, it came out of nowhere, like it just shot up. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys. But yeah, let's just get back to work.